Hello everyone, my name is Hollow Nightmares and today we're going to keep playing Doki Doki Blue Skies, episode 4. Let's jump back into it. I already knew that I wouldn't be able to write to the quality of the girls, but I tried my best. Everyone here is incredibly talented. Well, all the girls at least. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting again. My eyes land on Yuri and Atsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As I watch, Natsuki breezes through Yuri's poem, her eyes skipping over the words. Meanwhile, Yuri stares at the paper in her hand, smiling sadly. Natsuki quickly hands Yuri her poem back. Here, I'm done. Already? Yeah, it's not like it was super hard to read. I'm not illiterate, you know. Huh. It was hard for me to understand at least. I just wanted to make sure that you caught all the figurative. Did I just see her move like from being small to big, like she already fits the screen? Anyways, I just want to make sure that you caught all the figurative language that I employed. Yeah, I did. It was fancy. Thanks. However, I believe that you'd enjoy it more if you looked deeper into it. I enjoyed it plenty already. Anyways, are you finished with my poem then? Yes, yours is cute. Cute? Didn't you learn anything from our conversation yesterday? Yuri looks shocked, regret seeping into her expression. Yeah, oh, here it is. Like, look at this. She's small right now, but then she grows into the screen. Seems like both girls still hold their own prejudices. But whatever the word is, I will check on Google Translate next time. Despite whatever common ground they have, how can it be cute? You're standing there thinking that I haven't read your poem when it's really you who hasn't read my poem. It's clear about the push and pull between giving up and trying hard. I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. Maybe you should look deeper into my poem, because I use that type of language on purpose. I see. But if I may give a suggestion, these more involved subject matters may be better suited to more complex diction. The art of poetry is deeply intertwined with. Look, I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me. I'm sorry, but I don't quite understand. Writing in this way doesn't make you look cool or smart, okay? It just makes you look super pretentious. If you write with a thesaurus open next to you, you're just going to alienate everyone. Using all these big words to make up for the lack of depth. Poetry isn't about impressing people, so you can just stop. Holy crap. I stare wide-eyed at Monica and Theory, who now also fallen silent. They stare back at me, looking unsure of what to do. I'm guessing that they don't usually have many arguments in the club, although tensions between Natsuki and Yuri had already seemed kind of high. Lack of depth. Yeah, that's right. So if I can give some suggestions now, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I really must ask, what makes you believe that I'll accept your advice after you've been so rude to me? Huh? Rude? That was just blunt honesty. You even consider that other people don't hold the same opinions as you? What are you trying to say? Do I really need to spell it out for you? Yeah, you do. I want to see if you're really going there. The irony. I dare you to say it. He gives a small laugh of disbelief. I must thank you, Natsuki. I've never been this angry in my life. Oh my god. These are always the funniest for me. It's actually giving me the courage to speak up. Is this why you're angry all the time? Guys, we shouldn't. This doesn't involve you. Sarah, please don't rob me of my moment. So this is your moment to shine or something. Strange thing to take pride in, don't you think? No. It's my moment to finally speak my mind. While I still have the strength to. Yuri, Natsuki, you have realized how selfish you are. Suddenly, Yuri seems to be overpowering everyone else in the room. What? Everything always has to go your way. You always jump to conclusions and make rash decisions without regard for the consequences. And it's never your fault, is it? You don't know me. No, you don't know me either. And you just spoke as if you knew everything about me. Quite simply, you don't. The very fact you don't think your blunt honesty was incredibly rude just goes to show how narrow minded you truly are. I love this moment actually. If I'm going to say which moment in all the DLC mods I've played, this gotta be my favorite out of all of them. Wait, let me just move it a little bit there. Seizing her moment, Yuri boldly carries on and disdain dripping from each word. I know it must be a difficult concept for you to understand, but the whole world doesn't revolve around you and your manga. So tell me, why should I take advice from someone who can only see their own perspective? Everyone knows it. Monica, Sayori, even Hollow. Nope, keep me out of this shit. Don't you remember how hostile you were to Hollow when he first joined us? I wasn't being hostile. We haven't had a new member in a long time. Not sorry for keeping on my toes. And that's how I talk to everyone, not just to Hollow. Am I supposed to change my whole personality to cater to how you think I should be? If Hollow has a problem with my jokes, he can tell me. You don't speak for him. Yuri closes her eyes and shakes her head, carrying on as if she didn't hear the outburst. Do you really expect a new member to be able to speak up so easily? Not everyone is as unafraid of being a brutish cretin as you. What? The rest of us were so excited to have a new member, but did that thought ever cross your mind? No, you just let your own selfish thoughts dictate your behavior. Selfish? They weren't. You could have scared him off. That might have been what you wanted. But what about the rest of us? I explained myself for God's sake. But as per usual, you aren't listening. You know, for someone who's been ranting on about how narrow-minded I am, you're pretty intolerant yourself. There, I used a big word. Do I sound like Shakespeare yet? Am I worthy of your attention now? Ouch. Both girls really have their claws out. Also, Monica and Saber didn't have any issues with me yesterday. It's just you. Of course they did, Natsuki. They just didn't say anything. Monica's too responsible and Sayori's too kind. So why don't we ask Hollow then? As the more unbiased spectator. Fine. Hollow, who's right, me or Yuri? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? I didn't even know what they want me to decide at this point. Should I just ignore all the personal stuff and just talk about their poetry? That's what started the argument after all. But it's not like I'm a good judge of writing quality, given that I'm just a beginner. I don't think it would be fair for me to take either side, especially since I'm new here. Maybe I should defer to one of the club leaders. You know it. I hate being put on the spot like this. Both you and together looking at me while their hostility isn't aimed at me. Okay, while their hostility isn't aimed at me, I still feel like I'm the target for the anger in their eyes. Guys, I got nervously as a bead of sweat trickles down my neck. I'm really not the best judge for this after all, I'm new, so I'm painfully aware of how weak my voice sounds. Night Girl looks impressed. Wow, real help you are, Natsuki. Let me guess, blah blah blah, you're being so rude, you're a broken record. Cutie, shut up. So you're finally realizing how insolent you are. You got there in the end, well done. You're such a... Stop! We're all stunned into silence. I've never heard Sayori angry before, and even Natsuki looks taken aback. Immediately, the anger on Sayori's face is replaced by a flood of tears, the anger giving way to sadness. Guys, enough of this, please. You're tearing apart this club. Please don't do this. I love this place so much, and you guys are both my friends. I hate it when people fight. It's horrible. This place means so much to me, and I know it means a lot to you guys as well. So please, Can we stop arguing over whose style is better? It doesn't even matter. You're both unique, and that's what counts. You and Natsuki are both looking incredibly ashamed of themselves. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess neither of them expected that their argument would hurt Sayori so much. That once raging fire has been snuffed out, replaced with smoldering embers. I really like your simple style, Natsuki. Okay, Natsuki. It's so nice to sit down and read a poem that springs to life. I know the others do as well. Monica and I nod in earnest, putting a small smile on Natsuki's face. And Yuri, I'm amazed at how complex and deep your poems are. They're really in depth. But there's no need to argue over which style is better. You can't really compare them anyway. It depends on what mood you're in. She's right, guys. Sometimes you're just in the mood for something simple. Sometimes you might want something a bit more complex. It's like music or movies. People like a variety of things. You can't really say that comedy as a genre is better than action, can you? Both types appeal to different things. You wouldn't watch an action movie for the laughs, would you? I look over to Sayori and give her a reassuring smile. She returns with a watery smile of her own, rubbing her tears away. It's sad and hollow. She turns to face Yuri and Natsuki once more. Now, you both said some stuff that was pretty mean, but I know neither of you meant it. Neither of you are narrow-minded. Although it would be nice if you could like each other's stuff a bit more. So could you try doing a little, please, for me, for the club? I can't help but laugh as she puts on puppy dog eyes. I don't think she realizes the right time to use them. Sure, whatever, I'll try. Yuri takes a deep breath, finally lifting her eyes off the floor. You're right, Sayori. I'll make more of an effort. And Natsuki? What? Natsuki looks quite defiant, as though expecting another insult from Yuri. I apologize for what I said. Your style has its own merits. Natsuki blinks as though slapped in the face. She clearly wasn't expecting an apology. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Your style is... She diverts her eyes downward once more. Guess what I'm trying to say is you write pretty well. I shouldn't have said that stuff. Me neither. There's an awkward silence. That's much better, guys. Thank you for putting your differences aside. We all really appreciate it. I'll go and make some tea. She rushes off as Natsuki wanders over to the closet. I glance over at Monica. She hasn't said a word throughout the whole argument, which surprised me. I should have been the one who said all of that. Why didn't you then? I wince as the words leave my mouth. They sounded more accusatory than I would have liked. Well, I know I'm the leader and I run this club, but I'm not the greatest with people. I frown. If she isn't great with people, how can she run a club? She must have caught the confusion on my face, and she hastened to explain. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm fine with people, it's just their drama that I can't really deal with. Well, that's why you have Sayori, right? Mm-hmm. She's an excellent vice president, able to deal with conflict much better than I can. Which is pretty embarrassing, at least for me. That should have been my duty to deal with, not hers. I don't blame you. Seriously, it was pretty tough to get involved. I could barely speak up. True, but that's exactly the sort of thing that a president should be able to deal with. Nah, come on, Monica, don't see it like that. You and Sayori just have different strengths, that's all. I always thought of her as a little ditzy sometimes, but she definitely has a knack for social situations. Definitely, I'm very grateful to have her as my vice president. Well, the both of you do a really good job running this place. I know that's a bit of an early assessment, but you know, first impressions and all. She smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. You're too kind, Hollow. I'm glad Sayori brought you along to the club. I really do hope you stick around. Don't worry, I will. Monica seems like a genuine person, and she makes a great president regardless of what she might think. Hopefully, I'll be able to properly get to know her during the school year. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about showing your poetry? I noticed that she carefully avoids mentioning that argument that just occurred. It was a lot of fun. Some moments were worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Paulo, how about you? I actually really enjoyed myself. It seems I do like expressing myself through poetry, a lot more than I initially thought. Everyone looks intently at me, the girls smiling at me. It was really cool getting to see everyone's different writing style. That's awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and hopefully you learn something from us too. So your poems will turn out even better. Yeah. I think to myself a bit as I begin to pack up. Today I managed to learn a bit more about the kinds of poems that everyone likes. With any luck, I'll be able to learn more about the girls as individuals throughout their themes and messages. I nod to myself, turning to Sayori. Hey Sayori, ready to walk home? Sure. Okay, see you guys tomorrow then. As we leave the club, Sayori turns back to wave at the girls. I do the same. Natsuki smiles and quickly looks away to act like she doesn't care. Yuri awkwardly smiles and nods. As is expected from the school idol, Monica gives a friendly grin and waves back. Sorry about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. I remember you told me yesterday that they sometimes bicker, but are all their arguments normally that bad? I feel a little guilty to ask her, as I know she doesn't like talking about conflict. There's a slight dip in the cheeriness of her voice as she replies. No, not at all. They have their differences, but it's the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. They're both wonderful people, I promise. You don't hate them or anything, do you? Oh, not at all. It's normal for people to argue, I guess. I was just curious. After all, you know them better than I do. Siri lets out a relieved sigh. You know, Hollow, it's been so nice seeing you again. I didn't really think we'd get to spend so much time with one another again. Yeah, tell me about it. It's really fun hanging out again. I don't really know when we started drifting or why. Guess it was just life coming between us. She nods, looking a little reflective. Still, I'm glad to let me join your club. I'm not going to lie. At first, I was doubtful when you told me it was about literature. But hey, I guess it just goes to show that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. She giggles and I frown. Did I say something funny? Nice pun. Did you even realize? Huh? Pun? Ah, you mean the book comment? Oh, and this is a literature club. Jeez, looks like the club's really starting to rub off on me, isn't it? So you might be known as a bit of an airhead, but sometimes you can really notice things that others don't. So I wonder, what's it really like inside her head? Oh, not this meme. Editor, please do not do things you don't want to. Nah, if you haven't changed at all, Hollow. You always knew how to make me laugh. I blush slightly. I've never really known how to react to that compliment, especially when it comes from someone of the opposite sex. Don't be a sexist, my boy. I'm glad I'm still able to do that. Haha. I'll be honest though, I didn't think I'd make so many new friends by joining the club. They're a really nice bunch. I'm not surprised. Yeah, a pretty warm welcome. She nods contentedly. Anyways, let's see what the future holds. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. But these girls are all interesting characters, aren't they? Different personalities and a variety of writing styles. Yet they're all united under the same club. I briefly wonder how Monica found them all. In just 2 days, I feel like I've made progress with each member. Getting to know Yuri and Natsuki. Actually getting to talk to Monica a little bit. And of course, uniting with an old friend. I never would have guessed this would all come from joining in the club. But hey, I'm not complaining. Let's just hope my writing improves over time so I can write poems to a standard more like theirs. Speaking of which, there's work to be done tonight. Let's do this. So, same thing. We gotta go more with Sayori. Okay, so last time I put like a thing over here. I counting how many words I chose between them. So, flower, peaceful, socks. Oh god damn you! Already, 2-1, 3-1. Sorry. Damn it! How do you like ribbons? Oh, okay. The zone? Holy shit, what is wrong with you, Yuri? Wait, 3. I don't even know what that means, but okay. I feel like most romantic things and surreal things go to her. Christ. Really? And for this one, load. And for the last one, puppy. Okay, so editor, you know what to do. Just a few days ago, I never would have thought that I'd look forward to an extracurricular so much. But here I am back for another club meeting and anticipating new antics from everybody. The usual scene awaits me as I step into the club room. Hi Hollow. Hey Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all. Is that so? Well, it's nice to see you so cheery. Anyway, what's new? Oh, I've got some exciting news. What's up? Did you know that Student Store sells that new brand of strawberry milk now? I saw when I passed by on my way to here. I should have known better than expect actual news from Sayori. Huh, I don't think I've tried that yet. I don't know, strawberry milk is usually too sweet for me. What? But it goes great with melon bread. Sayori, you could eat a packet of raw sugar and you'd still say it's not sweet enough. Hey, that's an exaggeration. Seriously though, it goes really well with bread. The milk is sweet, but it still has that unique tart strawberry flavor that's eased by the richness of milk. And when you pair that with the fresh bread, the sweetness is spread out even more so that it has just the right amount of flavor. Wow, when did you become Gordon Ramsay? Oh my god. Ha! I'm a food expert, so you should trust me on this. I mean, given how many snacks you eat every day, I don't doubt that you know your food well. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, you meanie. So I'm a meanie for giving her a compliment? Anyway, aren't you hungry now? Aren't you hungry now? Talking about food always makes me hungry. Now that you mention it, maybe a little bit. Great! Let's go to the student store and buy snacks together then. Now I see what she's playing at. I raise an eyebrow and Sayori notices. Hello. Why are you looking at me like that? Well, Sayori, I have a nagging suspicion that you're only trying to convince me to come because you don't have any money. And you just want me to buy you a snack. What? I would never do that. Oh, really? Then let's see your purse. Huh? Your purse. Let's see it. Sarah laughs awkwardly as she pulls out her purse. She opens with it, and dumps its contents onto the desk. Two small coins fall out. Tsk, 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 tsk. This little ruse might have actually worked had Sarah not pulled it on me numerous times when we were younger. The amount of times she managed to trick me into buying her another ice cream. I guess some things never change. Nice try, Sayori. No fair, how did you know? Uh-huh. Now wouldn't you like to know? Let's just call it intuition. In response, she sticks her tongue out at me. Typical. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? Eh? I didn't notice he was eavesdropping. Looking in her direction, I catch her peeking over the top of a book. I wasn't listening on anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Hollow to let me borrow some money. That's none of my business, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. It's shameful to manipulate people into doing or buying things for you. Wow, isn't that a little harsh? I'm only messing around with Sayori after all. Did I just... I didn't mean like that. That came out much harsher than I intended. Sorry, I just... well... Yuri blushes in embarrassment, looking away from us while playing with a strand of her hair. I apologize for how I've been acting lately. It looks like she still might be a bit ashamed of how she acted yesterday. You know, it's okay to be honest sometimes. You shouldn't always keep things that bother you to yourself. There's no way you could think that after. You were right though. I shouldn't trick people into buying me things. Funny how your 10-year-old self didn't see it that way. Yuri lets out a small laugh, covering her mouth with her hand. Even the way she laughs is so shy and proper. Is this mischievous behavior something Sayori used to display as a child then? Oh yeah. Although back then I fell for it, time and time again. You wouldn't believe how much candy Sayori managed to con me out of. Oh, don't make me out to be so sneaky, Hollow. Although those candies were so good. I'm surprised Sayori coming from you. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Hehehe. What's going on here? Oh, nothing much. Sayori was just up to some mischief. Oh? Yeah, she tried to trick me into buying her a snack. Hey, that's not true. Monica smiles real wryly and turns to me. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. Well, you'd be right. We all share a little chuckle at that. Well, everyone except Sayori does. Hey, you guys are being really mean. Okay, we're sorry. But did you bring this upon yourself? But you know you brought this upon yourself. But you did bring this upon yourself, oh. Yeah, I know. But in my defense, I'm really hungry. Well, Natsuki chimes in. If you're really that hungry, you can have this if you want. She offers up a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori immediately snatches it out of her hands. Dude, don't you see Natsuki's almost a stick? Oh, Christ. Thank you. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Sayori and Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful Theory trots away to safety. You and Monica and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori to quit taking my stuff? Sayori, you know you shouldn't do something like that without permission. Monica scolds Sayori. I know. I'm sorry, Natsuki, but it was so good. Hey, everyone but Natsuki chuckles. These things happen a lot, Monica. A little bit too much, to be honest. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Good fun is teasing each other from time to time, not stealing food. Oh, calm down, it's not a big deal. Natsuki pouts in her seat. Everyone calms down and quickly returns to their normal activities. Cereal has already managed to finish the entire cookie. Meanwhile, Natsuki gets up and heads for the closet, and Yuri is already lost in her book. Hello. She suddenly comes up to me. I need to get some stuff from another classroom. Can you come with me? Stuff? What stuff? Well, you know the festival's right around the corner. Monica was gonna make me some posters to advertise it. So, we'll need to get some crayons, markers, and glue sticks. That kind of stuff. Alright. Yeah, I'll come with you. Yay! We'll be back real soon, Monica. You seem quite excited about this, Sayori. Of course. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms, isn't that right, Hollow? Monica laughs and nods at us. Okay, just don't forget the poster paper. I won't. Ready, Hollow? Let's go. Siri and I exit the club room. I follow behind as she hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Siri finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Everything is like an adventure to her. Hey Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Monica and I have planned it all out. Don't you worry, that's so. Yep, we're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone is gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. That sounds, not exactly boring, but will people be that interested? Hello? You're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem, like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned just joy? For now when I look it in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Wow, Sayori. I had no idea you had that in you. Huh? What do you mean? I just never heard you talk like that before. No, it's not a bad thing. It was really good. It was just a big contrast from your bubbly self. I'm sure Yuri or Monica would really appreciate it too. I've been working super hard on that poem, so it's good to know you liked it. I'm excited for the festival, not just because we'll get to eat loads of stuff like Natsuki said. Hey, Meanie. No, not just because of that, although that is part of it. Hey, Hollow, this classroom here is empty. I think we'll find what we need in here. Let's start our mission. The strange choices of words for someone going into a classroom to get art supplies. But hey, that's Sayori in a nutshell, living in her own little world. Her childlike enthusiasm is infectious and brings about a special feeling I forgot I had in me. Some kind of innocent sense of wonder, where even the most mundane of tasks are quests, and walking down the classroom is a magical journey. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet, and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. You're the best brand too! They're kind of dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color name. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find. Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine, fine. Can you move over to the, so that I can look for the poster paper? Ah, I dropped one by accident. Oh, Christ, smack. Yeah. Sarah bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow, ow, ow. Sayori, are you okay? My forehead. Sarah clutches her forehead. What happened? Did you cut it? Is it bruised or... No, no, nothing like that. I think I just bumped it. Geez, Sayori, you really had me worried for a second there. I can't help but let out a chuckle. This is such a typical thing to happen, Sayori. It's almost like she's got clumsy written across her forehead, which, fittingly enough, is where she hurt herself. Hey, why are you laughing, you meanie? Sorry. I'm not laughing at you or anything. It's just this is so typical of you. What's that man? That? What's that meant to mean? Nothing. Let me see your forehead. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. My hurts. I'll be gentle, I promise. It won't hurt. Sayori slowly releases her hand from her closet. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Don't worry. It's not that bad. But it really hurts. Her whimpering triggers a really strong protective instinct I didn't know I had. I'll get you some ice. I'll keep the swelling down. And it should relieve a bit of the pain. Just stay here, okay? I'll be back as soon as I can. Actually, where would I find some ice? Think, Hollow, think. I got it. A cold drink will do the trick. Are you sure? You don't have to. I think I make a great unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. I'm sure you make a great unicorn, but I think I prefer you as a human. Unicorns are so cool though. Anyway, I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? I guess it doesn't really matter because she won't be drinking it. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead, and is using the other one to clumsily scoop the crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots. Before I spilled them. Here you go. Oh, nice. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, you idiot. Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. Immediately, her laughter subsides, replaced by a gasp of pain. It stings. I know, I'm sorry. It'll feel better soon enough. Soon though, I promise. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Hollow, this kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Huh? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? This will be the thumbnail. Okay, so we have only 1 minute left for 40 minutes. Okay. You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would start crying really hard, and you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know. I remember those days. You were always so clumsy. I guess not much has changed. Hey, I did this deliberately, you know? I raised an eyebrow. I've always wanted to be a unicorn. That has to be perhaps the least believable excuse I've heard in a while. Okay, okay. I guess I've never been really on the graceful side. I did always feel bad whenever I got hurt when we played together. Looking back, should have been more mindful of what you could and couldn't do. I guess it's the same here. If I hadn't rushed you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't hurt yourself. My mother was right. She'd scold me after you got hurt, always telling me I had to become more careful around you. Hello, don't feel bad about it. It's my own fault for being so clumsy. Besides, even if I got hurt, those times are still my favorite memories of us. It also made me realize how thoughtful you are. Huh? I wasn't thoughtful at all. I just got you hurt. No, no, that's not what I meant. You're always looking out for me. You're even after all these years. You always rush to help me. No matter what the situation, you're always there to reassure me and make me feel safe. I didn't really do this kind of thing all of the time. It's just around you. Right, whoa. I don't really do this kind of thing at all the time. It's just around you. It feels natural, I guess. I just do it subconsciously before I even know it. So you're Deco. I'm treating you like that. Guess it what happens when you've been friends for so long. I don't know if I've told you this before, but I'm really grateful we're friends, Hollow. And I'll admit, I kinda missed you over the years. We used to hang out a lot. I was surprised when you approached me the other day. I wasn't really sure what to make of it all at first. But as we got to hang out in the club, share poems, and walk home, I realized nothing had really changed. Do you think we'll be like this forever, Hollow? As much as I want to say yes, there's no telling how life will be for us students at college or even afterwards. Still, I can be positive though. I sure hope so, Sayori. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. We haven't really talked in years, then we do. It's just like nothing's really changed. I think I read somewhere that's a sign of a friendship that's built to last. So here's hoping. I hope so too. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. Who would have guessed that such a simple action to get some crayons would have resulted in such a heartfelt moment? Then again, with Sayori, it's impossible to tell. Anyways, I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know. Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. She clutches her forehead again. Sayori, don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Ooh, sorry. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. Ooh, okay. Just 2 more minutes. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try to hide a bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club. You're back. Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead. I was playing with crayons and specked my forehead into the shelf. Are you okay, Sayori? Yeah, I'm fine. Hollow got me a nice cold drink. Right, okay. Glad you're okay, Sayori. Did you get everything we needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all of the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Hollow. Well, Sayori, I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Thanks, you two. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayons box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Anyways, guys, I'll end the video right here with a cliffhanger of, I don't know. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, and if you guys want to watch more of my content, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.